Hey, good morning, everybody. Caught me eating breakfast. Paul Romero here with the Sell a House Wholesale Real Estate Training number 126. New up day, April 20th, 2015. I don't know why I'm looking at that. That was the last one. Anyway, having technical difficulties this morning. Not quite sure what's going on. You guys might recognize this. Guess what? Hey, back in Phoenix, yeah. So anyway, we're having technical difficulties this morning for some reason. I can't hear John, so we're going to probably be talking about two different things today. I have no clue what he's going to be talking about over there because I can't hear him. You'll hear him, and then I'll talk about something else. How's that sound? So I'm going to flip it over to John, and I guess we're going to have to, you have to give me some sort of a signal or something. Tossing it back to you, Paul, when when it's my turn to talk, I guess.
Well, yeah, happy new up day, everybody. Here live from Phoenix, Arizona, the Property Noodlers, bringing you great tips and tricks about how to get out there and wholesale some properties. It's unfortunate that Paul cannot hear what I'm saying because this is going to make it a real difficult hangout. I'm supposed to be talking back and forth with Paul, but he can't hear a word I'm saying. So this will be interesting to hear how two people that are supposed to be hosting a hangout together and communicating back and forth it's gonna go if he doesn't hear what I'm saying. I can hear what Paul's saying. And with that being said, welcome to the hangout. It is new op day, so we're gonna make the best of this and do what we can do. So I'm going to toss it back to Paul and see what it is that he's going to talk about. And I will just kind of add commentary on the things that he's saying. And this should be a doozy. So back to you, Paul.
Well, I have no idea what you've been talking about over there. I tried to look at some stuff here to figure this out. And there's just no sound coming through from your side. I hope it's coming through on the video. I don't know. So I'm going to, since I was traveling yesterday and didn't have a whole lot of preparation time for this, I'm assuming that, John, you've got some content over there you probably want to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and let you take this show on the road here and run it, and I'll just sit here and watch.
All right, well, since Paul's leaving it up to me this morning to kind of take the reins on this thing, I did just double check on the live YouTube streaming video, so my voice can be heard, so that is a plus. Well, what I was going to talk about today is probably something that we always talk about on Monday, and that's just kind of to run through the ranks a little bit. We are building a team out here in Arizona. So we've got several people, several noodlers that have been on board now for several months. We have Mark on board still. You've heard us talk about him starting back in November. We had a guy named Lachlan who has since left the Noodlers. And it's unfortunate that he left because he only actually stuck with the program for about 2 or 3 weeks. And you know, what we're doing here and part of what we train in our Noodler system is how to create a sales pipeline. It is so critically important to your wholesale real estate business that you realize that it's more so two things than a real estate business. It's a business based on sales and marketing. And how you're going to have sales is that you need to attract leads and business into your business, phone calls, meetings, appointments with potential home sellers. If you're going to land a good deal, you've got to reach the motivated seller. So it's about marketing to find those people, or as Paul and I like to, our proprietary system is a lead gathering system rather than a lead generation system. We know what to look for, and we go out and we gather the leads and we approach. And it works very well for what we're doing. In fact, I went out yesterday and I got a contract with I had to set myself up to go see 11 properties yesterday, And the second property I went to, I got stuck at a little bit longer than expected because I walked out of there with a contract. But it wasn't the first time that I had spoke with or reached out to this person. In fact, it's been on my lead. It's a lead that was generated approximately 2 months ago. So it doesn't always happen right away. And what you need to do is create like what we like to call just a sales funnel. You know, you have, imagine a big funnel like this, and you're gathering up all these leads and you're throwing them in at the top. So you might throw 100, and then when they come filtered through, what comes out the bottom is maybe a half a dozen deals, 10 deals out of that 100 leads that you've thrown into the top of the sales funnel. And then most of those leads too doesn't come from the initial contact. Maybe you sent letters in the mail and someone gets happen right away. And what you need to do is create like what we like to call just a sales funnel. You know, you have, imagine a big funnel like this, and you're gathering up all these leads and you're throwing them in at the top. So you might throw 100, and then when they come filtered through, what comes out the bottom, maybe half a dozen deals, 10 deals out of that 100 leads that you've thrown into the top of the sales funnel.
Wait for him to stop.
And then most of those leads too doesn't come from the initial contact. Maybe you sent letters in the mail and someone always happened right away. And what you need to do is create like what we like to call just a sales funnel. You know, you have, imagine a big funnel like this.
Yeah. That better?
Yes.
Okay.
I could hear the live training. Does that make sense? I don't even know.
I was trying to find a way to hear, to listen in. So I was thinking maybe if I joined it somewhere else, maybe I can still do that if I mute myself here.
Yeah, that's possible. Yep. Oh, this is quite a mess this morning. Anyway, technical difficulties. You gotta love the internet. You gotta love Google, and you gotta love the fact that these awesome curveballs get thrown your way quite often. Actually, we've had come up against a lot of these with Google Plus. But anyway, I'll get back to what I was talking about, and that is the sales funnel. And the reason why I brought up two of the noodlers that started with us back in November, Mark being one and this guy Lachlan being the other. See, Mark is stuck with it, and he's started up in the beginning of November. So you've got November, December, January, February, all of March. He's been with us now about 5.5 months. And in the last, I'd say, month, deals that he started lining up back in November are now coming to fruition. He's closed a few little deals along the way, and now he has a pipeline created so that now deals are beginning to close for him regularly. And he's got a check coming to him today, another one probably coming to him by the end of the week, and another one beginning of next week, and that's just going to continue rolling over. Because every time that I speak with a seller that doesn't want to sell to me today, unless they flat out say, no, leave me alone, I'm never going to sell to you, get me off your list, stop calling me, stop coming to my house, leave me the hell alone. Until I hear that, they're a qualified lead. Until they disqualify themselves, they're a qualified lead. And the point that I'm trying to make is that this isn't a get-rich-quick thing in any way, shape, or form. Meaning you're not going to start wholesaling property, or you're not going to join the Noodler team. You're not going to do a course online, apply the stuff, and in 24 hours flip your first deal and be on your road to millions and be a millionaire in a couple months. I'm not saying that is impossible and that could never happen, but the chances and the likelihood of somebody with no background in real estate, with no background in sales, and no background in marketing, who's never done any type of self-development, never read a book by Napoleon Hill or listened to a seminar by a T. Harv Eker or an Earl Nightingale or Anthony Robbins, the chances of you becoming a millionaire overnight in wholesale real estate is almost impossible. You probably have a higher likelihood of being struck down by lightning. So the reason I say this is because I want to preface it that when you join the Noodler team, we're going to show you what to do. We're going to put you on a fast track, and we're going to be providing you qualified, pre-qualified, potentially dynamite leads to go out and track and hunt down and speak with people. So right out the gate, number one, you're going right to the meat. You're going right out to where we make money, and that's contracting sellers. But just because you talk to a seller and you start off, don't expect things to happen overnight. You know, you've got to commit yourself. You've got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe that you're the right kind of person, and you got to commit yourself to this business. And it, you know, for Mark, it didn't take though he's been with us 5.5 months, it didn't take him 5.5 months to get his first paycheck. I think that happened for him in the beginning, middle of January. So about 2 months of creating his pipeline. But for those of you that have no background in sales and marketing, don't understand how a sales funnel and a sales pipeline stage works and how you have to gather leads and continuously follow up. And it's one of the, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there a minute. Let me bring it back. The people in the sales and marketing world understand that the fortune comes in the follow-up. The fortune doesn't come from the initial contact. You know, I think 60% or plus of the deals that Paul and I get are through following up with people maybe weeks, maybe sometimes months after we make initial contact. You could go ahead and talk.
I just want to say how you doing over there, because I still can't hear anything, and I've been messing around. I thought I had froze the thing up, but anyway, just give me the high sign. Like I said, I'm out. There's nothing I can do here. It's ridiculous. So I don't know why we're having these issues this morning. Thank you very much, Google and Mother Internet. But just wanted to throw my last 2 cents worth in there. What you're talking about there with what I heard there for a second was something about funnels and a bunch of leads going in and a few coming out the bottom. And what I like about our funnel right now is that every time one comes out the bottom and one goes away and gets sold, here comes another one. And then one gets sold, then here comes another one. And we just keep this mass that we have over here, which I'm liking that so far. I'd like to make that mass a little bit bigger, have, one get sold and have two come out, do that every once in a while, have the mass get bigger. But other than that, I'm kind of liking it. It's pretty awesome what's going on right now. And like you said, I don't know if you've said this or not, but all having to do with a lot of time, building this funnel, first of all, and then stuffing it with a whole bunch of stuff to have this stuff start coming out the bottom in this manner. And that's why people don't understand about, this not being a get rich quick thing and that sort of thing is, to really have some success with this, the money is really in a lot of the follow-up work. It's not all about just making one contact and scoring a deal, which that does happen, but you can't count on that. A lot of the follow-up work is what you're filling that funnel with. And after you get to a certain point in time, having, so much stuff in that funnel that it just keeps, trickling out the bottom like it's starting to do now. And it just want people to understand that there's a lot of work that goes into that. Hopefully you do land one of those, quick and easy deals to give you a capital base with which to start, stuffing more things into your funnel, because it costs money to fill a funnel. And that's where most people end up giving up and failing, is just by, not filling their funnels and not having that continuous drip of deals. So I just wanted to throw that in real quick and let you go ahead and finish this out, John. Just give me a high sign when it's time to, give me one of these when it's time to end the broadcast. All right.
Yeah. It's tough to carry on this way, knowing, because Paul and I had planned on discussing a sales funnel. I know that if he could hear what I've said so far, he'd be able to expand and really bring a lot to this conversation. Because to be perfectly clear and honest with everybody that's on this hangout, the breakthrough moment for us in this business was when we realized that the wholesale real estate business has nothing to do with real estate. Well, it does, but I'm going for the extreme example here. it has less to do with real estate than it does to do with marketing and sales. I can't stress that enough, because we're out, we're marketing for leads. We actually have a proprietary system we use to generate leads. We do actually, believe it or not, we do very little marketing to get the deals that we have. Well, we have a system for marketing to those leads, but how we find those people, that's the secret sauce of the Noodler program. And that's something that we will certainly share with you. You'll catch on to pretty quick here joining the team. And then once you can make contact with the people that we're marketing to and we have contact, then you need a sales team or a negotiator, a closer. That's kind of what I position in the company, as well as Paul. Mark's on his way to become a closer. We've got another Noodler, Brian, who's becoming a closer. And we've got several other kind of guys doing some of the legwork and grunt work and learning about real estate and sales and marketing and business and personal development along the way. And all these pieces are so critically important to your success. I want to throw out there, though, we are actually swamped with leads, swamped with potential, and really needing to build a team relatively quickly. We probably are looking for 4 Noodlers right now, 4 people local. I want local Phoenix people right now. If you're in New York or somewhere national, I still invite you to send us an email. Maybe we can help you get your systems and a few things set up in your city. But I'm really looking for 4 people that we can go belly to belly with, that are here in Phoenix, that want to learn about wholesale real estate, what it takes to be successful. Paul and I have got big plans right now. One of the things that I'm excited about is that on Thursday, I think Paul said we've got 86 applicants for a position within our company. We're looking for an administrative assistant. This way, we can create the back end system so that Paul and I are just doing the most important thing in business, in my opinion, is closing, completing a sale. That's where the rubber meets the road. But Paul, you still can't hear me, man. I apologize for these technical difficulties, because this whole thing, I keep looking and seeing Paul watching me, so I'm trying to get his feedback on some of this stuff, and it's not happening. So I can't stress. I mean, there's some definitely some action steps you need to take, and that's learning about sales and marketing, number 1. If you want to just invest in real estate, hopefully you have some money and a broker or a wholesaler that can go and acquire properties for you. Because if you're starting from the ground, the way a lot of people get into wholesale real estate are, you're going to have to learn a lot more than just about real estate investing to be successful in life. And that's kind of my message for today. It's unfortunate that the hangout has gone this way. It's quite distracting. Paul can't hear a word I'm saying. He has this look on his face like a lost puppy dog. So if he can get my signal, I'm going to toss it back to him to give a final thought about sales and marketing and close this out with the prayer. So I'm going to point it over to Paul. I'm whispering to him. You're muted. There he is.
Can you hear me now? Yeah? Okay. Me out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed John today. I'll have to give him a call here as soon as we hang up and find out what the heck he talked about, because all I know that he talked about was a funnel. And I hope my little piece of the funnel there just was enough to, throw a little addition to whatever he was saying. I have no clue if I, doubled up on what he said or added some beneficial information there. But whatever. Today is new op day, and you know what? This is just a little glitch in the giddy up. No big deal. Not going to hold us back. Not when we have a new opportunity ahead of us for a brand new strong session to get out there and make it happen and keep filling that funnel and having those deals trickle out and keep our pipeline going and our deals closing and the money coming in. And, you can jump right into the middle of a trickling pipeline, a trickling funnel, by emailing propertynoodlers@gmail.com, which was another little glitch I couldn't get up this morning. I don't know what the heck happened with that, but propertynoodlers@gmail.com. Send us an email. Get started right now with some wholesale deals, not by spending a whole bunch of money and messing around trying to figure out how to land a deal and all that, just by doing one simple step that we'll give you and show you and tell you exactly how to go do, and you know, get your fingers into the pie of a little deal there that can start putting some money in your pocket, getting you excited about flipping some houses, and maybe making this a future of yours. So with that, O universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire, and say thank you so very much. I am so very grateful for being able to do that twice in a row the right way. Woohoo! All right, everybody. See you back.